it's Karen and Tim. Welcome to Facebook Live.
Hello. Okay, this is what we just did. That's what Karen just did.
Here's our excuse today.
We had 20 minutes of a show with only my brother, our son,
who have never been on,
a family friend, and one other person on. After 20 minutes and no comments, nobody else, Karen realized that she put it on her regular Facebook page and not on her business page.
And I don't even use my Facebook page, so they're probably, there's probably 15 people that could have been on it, but so I don't think my son and my brother were really into my brother-in-law, so I said, so talk about embarrassing. So, this is just our latest thing. Okay, but so now
anyway, I got to explain why I'm dressed this way. Wool hat, wool scarf. Karen doesn't let me turn the heat on until after Thanksgiving, and I can usually see my breath in the morning, and that's how cold it is in our house. So this is how I dress most of the winter.
And see, I'm just totally comfortable. And I dressed particularly for this occasion, and I'm really out of my comfort zone because we're really standing up to talk about this.
So this t-shirt was, it has to do with something that's going on right now. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and 3 years ago, Karen ended up having breast cancer and breast surgery, a bilateral mastectomy with no reconstruction.
So here I am, front and back.
Yes. Next, a week from Saturday, we are doing a fundraiser for breast cancer awareness, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to help out, and I'm going to be a technical advisor to the people making cards. If they have any questions about how to do the thing, I'll be helping them. Not really. I'll be a greeter, serving coffee. Yes? Okay. Am I going to keep talking? And
I think he's doing fine.
Why am I going to cook for some people?
Oh, okay. For those of you who can't be there, of course, we would love to have you involved. So some of my stamping friends are going to come over and make the cards for you, or the card kits if you prefer. And then that day, Tim will be
cooking. I'll be feeding everybody, which I love doing.
So that's how we get him involved.
Yes.
So you can go now. Welcome, people. I said, and again, I apologize for being so slow. Technology is just, and I'm going to be really haphazard because I went through kind of half of this presentation, and I'll be scrambling. But you guys are so kind to put up with us. We totally love you. So
Leona says, poor Tim. It's a hard knock life.
Oh yes. Oh, he's got it tough.
Yes, and
he gets so many kind comments from all of you. I think it just makes it worth doing right there. The way the fundraiser is going to work, I'm going to say this
of people
quickly.
Are here.
Okay, good.
It's working.
We couldn't believe there are only 4 people and 2 of them were family.
Patricia, Nancy, Jackie, hi Tim and Karen, Laura. I'm really glad that people are showing up.
And of course, then I was racing a mile a minute because no one was on, and these family members. Anyway, it was just really weird. But back to this. So a week from Saturday, October 29th, if you live near Minnesota, we gather at a church in Richfield. It's open house style, and I'm going to have a link. I think I can put it right under the title, I hope, of where to read more about finding out about this. We'll be making 7 cards, not holiday cards. They'll all be general interest cards. And for those of you, most of you, who can't participate, there's a page in my blog that describes this, and you can participate. We're asking you to add $5 for the shipping, and you can choose to either have the 7 cards come to you already completed or get them as card kits. You will also get photos and any directions that are needed for making the cards. So if you come to the event in person, you may even write your check to the organization we are giving the money to. If you are paying by PayPal, just come to me because that's how I know how to set it up. If you want to mail me checks, you can send me 2 if you prefer. $5 to me for the postage and $15 to Metavivor. And any money that's left over from the shipping will all go to the organization. I'm providing all of the stamps and envelopes, and I always provide the stamps, the cardstock and envelopes. It is with great gratefulness each year that I do this to mark the anniversaries for me. Just a couple more things that I want to say. When I learned that I had breast cancer, I did tons of research, and I was really amazed at how little money that is raised by the major corporations that you hear about actually goes to research. It, like 20% or less. Most of it goes to breast cancer awareness, and I think with all the pink things around us in life now, we are pretty aware of it. I really want to see money going to research. Then also of women who get breast cancer, 30%, that's almost 1 in 3, go on to develop the stage 4 cancer where it metastasizes to the rest of your body. And Metavivor is an organization that is 100% volunteer run. They donate all of their money to, they look for research projects and things that show some promise for stage 4 breast cancer. So I thought this will be an awesome thing. And I will have a link to there so you can read more about it. I heard about this organization from my friend and fellow demonstrator, Laura Zelmer, who is dealing with this. So thank you, Laura. Shout out to you.
First of all, we should say Linda.
Yes.
Linda McCarthy, you were on both
She was
times.
on both.
Both times you should have told us that this wasn't the right thing.
She probably didn't realize that this is just, well, this is one mistake I won't make again. I thought this is really, I deleted the other one, so it isn't even on there anymore, but I'm sure I will be getting phone calls tonight.
And Carolyn says, I finally got you working. Carolyn, it wasn't you, it was us. And we've heard from Sylvia, Kim, Tanya, Tracy, Chris from Philadelphia, Debbie from Texas, Cindy from Massachusetts, Patty.
Oh, welcome all of you. I'm just
Okay, the great
thrilled
people.
to have you here. Okay, now we'll see what we can do. Today we're talking about CAS cards, clean and simple. That's okay. My workspace is extremely cluttered today with all of these projects. I told Tim,
This is on you. You're still talking.
okay, I told him 2 days ago I really felt stressed over doing this, and I shouldn't. We're talking about easy, clean, and simple cards. What can be stressful about that? But I think it was just hard to focus because there's so many things. Clean and simple just means, you know, the spotlight is really on the main thing. It's uncluttered. You can put it down here.
Okay.
So I just want him to get that set up. I've been on camera enough here for the day. So then I just decided I would just focus on just one part of that. We're just going to be looking at how you can highlight one stamp thing and make that the main thing in your card, some different ways that you can do that. This may be a little out of order.
We've already got 25 comments. The last time we only had 4 people total.
And there weren't any comments, and we're just going, what? The first card, which I'm actually going to have trouble here remaking, because I made it on the last one. But I did this really in honor of the breast cancer thing. So if I can just find it, I'm looking for the one with the lighthouse. Okay, it is going to be under here. Okay, so here is the lighthouse, and I had already stamped it, so I'm just going to show you then what I did to make the lights come out from the lighthouse. I just put
3M Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing
yes.
sticky tape.
So I have my little Post-it notes right there, and then I will use a sponge dauber and
Karen wants to know, who do we make the checks to?
Metavivor. It'll be on my thing, and it's, oh, I should have written a thing. You know, if you were on my mailing list, you will get all that in the mail, and they're also, I've done a blog post, and I'll do a post on my Facebook page too, but it's Metavivor. Metavivor, I believe is how it is spelled.
Hi, Jan Kitchen, sending a check for the kit.
Yes, I just sent you an email saying I wish we could stamp together. She's one of my friends that's moved away after many years of stamping together. Okay, so then I'm just taking this sponge dauber and doing this and going out from here. So isn't that a cool way to make the light? And then I added a little shimmer with the Wink of Stella. And so for my card, I used Sending Wishes Your Way because I felt like that fit the you know, and that could be like on your birthday. So this could be a birthday card or anything else. What I wanted to use, so if you believe this, I don't own everything in the catalog. This is coming on my next order. Thought these are the perfect words for a lighthouse card. This is page 43, Me Equals Grateful. There's a stamp that says, thank you for seeing me through some dark days. And then there's a second one that says, and brightening the rest, which could go on the side. And I thought, we all have dark days in our life, whether it's with something like cancer, the loss of a loved one, moving, financial problems. And at those times, we also learn to really value the friends that walk through that with us. So I thought, what a wonderful way of thanking someone. So that is my first card. And that's in honor of that. So next, and here's where we spell it, Metavivor, Metavivor, funding research for stage 4 breast cancer. People are what?
They're giving us the benefit of the doubt. They're saying that they're joining late.
Oh, okay.
We only started 20 minutes late. So.
Yes, that's right. I think if there's a way to make it wrong, we'll do it. But hopefully we won't ever repeat the same thing twice. So, we should just get better. So here I'm using the pine bough embossing, and here we've got the white on white. A clean and simple card is a lot like a little black dress. You know it when you see it, but it's classy, elegant, but also simple. It doesn't have a lot of extras, and it has a lot of white space. Now, white space doesn't need to be white. It could be any color, but you kind of know where to look. It's not one of those cards with a, million busy pieces here. Okay, so I have this white on white, and then I've just done one of the tags from the Mary Tags framelits in the gold foil. Added a little of the gold cording that's in the holiday catalog. It comes with the 3 different cords.
Can I just make a couple of comments about the Lighthouse?
Yes, but give me 1 second.
Okay.
I put that on, and look what a simple, elegant card that is, and how easy would this be to mass produce. But yes, comments about the Lighthouse?
Linda says, you light up my life. I don't know.
Perfect, yes.
And Patricia, great tip for the Lighthouse.
Great. I love lighthouses, and I think a lot of people do, and they're also great for masculine cards. But I love anything to do with light. Really makes sense, kind of with the lighthouse.
And what stamp did you use for the Lighthouse?
It is right here, From Land to Sea. It's a beautiful set. At some point will show some other great cards. Using the others too, but the favorite in here. And I love the little lantern, and we've got the wheel, but I love the Lighthouse. That's my absolute favorite one in it. Okay, so our next really simple one is coming from the Santa's sleigh framelits. I've just taken the tree out, and then I just have taken a paint strip from the store and run that through. Isn't that cool? So you get this look. And I was thinking this would be really fun to put a white one behind it and have it swirl out and be tags. They'd make really fun tags on a card. I'm going to turn it into a card. So I was just going to put it on a card like this and then add, if I can find it here, a little snow. Now, of course, you can add words and embellish more, but isn't that a fun, simple idea? And that definitely will be the focal point there. Now another card. Okay, here's another. This is using that paper that we sell that comes already embossed, but I could also just emboss my own. So this is just the idea again of a white piece on a white. So it's similar to this one, but now it's just a small piece. And for my accent, I'm going to just add this little heart. I said, wouldn't this be fun for Valentine's or for anything else? To do this little heart, I use the Sweetheart Punch. And then I just did this first and taped it in the back. And then I just added my little ribbon, but just to have a little extra thing. Now, I love the styling on this word, so I have to put in a little plug for this. This is You Are So Loved, and this is from the Watercolor Wishes. It's on page 9, and I love the kit. I love the cards in the kit. It's a whole kit, Oh, okay. Does that show better? It's a whole kit that comes in a box like this, so it also makes a great Christmas gift. And it makes really pretty cards. I'm just going to show you a few. So this is a great set to have, oh, even to take on vacation if you just want to make things. But aren't these just really fun cards? So it makes 20 cards, but it includes the stamp set. And then you have the stamps forever. And I just think the styling on these is just really pretty. So I use them a lot. Now, another card that's very similar to this is a card we've done at another occasion. So here, similar with the look here, just a little washi tape and then a little bit of stamps up there. And so this is from the Guy Greetings, but the hat's off to you. But again, very simple cards for a lot of great occasions. So another way, and now we have to live with this because I already stamped this. You can put something under what you're going to work on. Oh, I'm going to have to. So with this, right, I took, oh yes, I made this little tie-dye. I didn't mean to, but just see, I got all these smudges. So we're just pretending it's tie-dye. So here I've taken, I love these playful backgrounds. So that's right here where I've taken that from. And then we're doing something for baby and the coordinating framelit. So I have this and the little tie that I've popped up. And now to just give this a little more, you know, you can do embellishments on Clean and Simple Card. It's nothing. It's just learning when to, you know, what. It's just enough is enough. I had a sister that said once when we were stamping, said, now if I just knew when to stop, you know, when you're adding things, and I always thought, what a great comment, because that is exactly, when you've done that one thing too many, you've moved beyond your Clean and Simple. But
Sandy's making a good point. She says everything is upside down when you show it to us. So you might want to turn it around.
You know what? You're right. And, oh, you know what? That's right. And we forget all these things, because I'm really thinking we can change this and do it over my shoulder for next week.
Oh, yes.
But
we're so skilled at that. That'll be fun.
Today we are lucky to be here.
What you can do is just turn it around.
Yeah, I'm going to do this when I attach it. So this totally makes sense to just do this. And then I'm just going to pop that up. Now, how cute is that? It's just a fun little accent. And I could put that on either blue or white. And that would be a fun card, just using that underneath. Mm-hmm.
Can you explain why there's wire connected to a baby outfit?
Is that a question from Tim, or is that a question from somebody on the... It's just a popular design thing right now. Now, I could do just a couple. I could mix these around. You know, I could do any kind of a pattern. But it's just something you see now as kind of a little embellishment. It's like adding pearls or rhinestones or anything else. So, you know, as crafters, we dwell in the land of possibilities. So here is another card. It's just very simple. And this is done on the shimmery white. So a little bit of watercolor. And that grounds the image. So the image is, this is from the Swirly Bird. So it's the boat. And then just added a few of the little gold stars. So tell me if I'm going too fast or anything else here. You know, some of these I will just show, but this again is just very simple, and this is just Marina Mist and gray. So we just have the two colors. I was going to point out this fun little ribbon because I think it's fun to take something and do things a little different with it. I wanted a thin little clear ribbon, and we didn't have one, but you know, I like how that edging looks. It's got a little soft edge. So I took the organza ribbon, just like this, and cut right off the edge like that. So this becomes the ribbon I used on that. And then I'll have this middle to use for something else. So just kind of a fun little idea there.
People are loving the sailboat and the snowflake.
Okay, good. Good. And if you want to see it, you know, again, these will go on my blog, and I will show them afterwards. And I could go back. I'm going to quickly go back and show these right side up, just in case that makes a difference. So said, you know, I think that will work. Okay, moving on to another idea. it's to find all these. I have one in here that has a puppy. Do you see one with a puppy? If any are missing, I know there's the stamp set, but I don't. Oh, here it is. It's under here. Okay, now I'm going to use Bella and Friends and Ghoulish Grunge. Because as I mentioned, you know, cards don't even need to be white to be simple, but this is going to be a single layer card. I'm going to try to undo what's been done. I just took crumb cake, and then from the Halloween Grunge, I just did a repeat pattern of this right on it. And then you get a really soft look by adding some Vellum. You can still see through it, but it's really very soft. So the words are thank you from the bottom of my heart. And then we have basically in the same colors, the little puppy with just the little touch of red. So another idea there.
Show them this again.
Okay, so this is for, you know, we have a cat set too, but for cat and dog lovers, those are really fun sets for making cards. Next, okay, we're going to look at these. Now I'm using the Artisan, let's see, what's it called? I think this might, well, I have a set down there to use. Okay.
Laura likes tearing vellum.
Great, yeah, that gives a good look, and you can never do it the same way twice, which is really good for us who, you know, just think things always have to be just exactly the same. Gets us a little freer. The Artistically Asian set is what I'm going to be using on these next cards. So using the flower from there, now this was just colored directly onto the flower. Use your marker right on the flower, adding just a little bit of paper over there, and again, just very simple. This is made with the cards and envelopes that we sell that already come as a package. So they still go in the mail. So you can just add little bits to that. That makes a card, fun card. And then here I've done it again. This time I've done it a full-size card with the black and white. These are both from Pop of Pink Designer Series paper. And this one is just the black. And so because I was really wanting to do just a red and black card, I've now made the leaves and the stem black. And to add a little bling to this, I'm going to use the metallic. To do this, I use the fine tip glue pen, and I don't have a plan, so I'm just going to pick 3 dots here. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, and if I was really thinking about it, that's probably not where I would do it. To put this back in, I just slide this. I put it on my finger right there. That's what really helps to hold it. And then you put it back in so it'll last. And of course, a tweezers would be good here, but that would require some pre-planning. So I'm just going to drop these right here. And in using the metallics, I'm using black, silver, and white, which makes sense with this card. But you can see how you can add bling, you can add other things to a card, and it still can stay this very soft and pretty card.
Eileen wants to see the hats off to you card again.
Oh yeah, I love that card. Right here. And I will tell you, if you look at that stamp set, you will see that I masked things because I just colored 3 of the hats, and then I could put the hats off to you, but I thought, isn't that a fun congratulating card? Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is make a card like this, which is also fun because it's another way of just adding some color onto your card. And so this is the stamp is from the same Artistically Asian. You'll see that, but we're just doing a background here. I could be doing circles. I could make this bigger. We could do whatever. And either watercolor paper or shimmery white works the best for this. I think this is shimmery white. Yep. But even on regular, it'll work as long as it's just not too wet. But to make this, oh, Tim has to pick up after me too. I guess that's the other part. I'm taking the size block that I want, and now I'm going to just scribble on it. And I am using, let's see what this is. Is it crushed curry? Yep, I've got crushed curry, Marina Mist, and Tempting Turquoise. I'm just doing 3 colors. on my block. And now I'm going to spritz it because this is going to be a watercolor. So I have my little spritzer just with water. And you probably going to, I like to spritz and then bring this in because I like to kind of control how much I'm getting on there. And this is going to be different every time. So you can see I have some dots there and it's kind of mixing together. Now when I put it on my paper, I'm going to hold it because I want it to mix some more right on my paper. And you can kind of see that. You see how some places it's mixing a lot where it had more water. So if you're making several of these, you'd probably kind of get good at figuring out how much water you want on it. You know, this is but look what a fun pattern this is going to give us on the background. I actually would like a little more water up there because I'd like more of it to look like this. But that's a project for next time, right? Then I will add.
Vanessa wants to know what's this black board?
Oh, this is the Stampin' Mat. And when you use any of the photopolymer stamps, this is what you want because it gives you the cushion. You know, these stamps don't have much cushion. So this makes all the difference. In a pinch, if I don't have this, I even use my catalog. But you want something a little, you know, softer. One of those computer mats would help too, but I love having this. In fact, I have a bunch of these so that I have them handy. If you're using a rubber stamp like this, you don't need it. So that's a good point. Let me take that off because sometimes it's the hardest thing is to remember when you need it and when you don't. But what I wanted to do is tell you one other tip here. I often, when I'm doing something like this, one of the reasons why I like to layer it instead of having it be a single layer card is I can correct anything that's wrong. So I might start with this at a whole 5.5 by 4 1/4, because if I don't get this on the way I want it, you know, if it's kind of skewed that way, I have plenty of room to cut it down and to get that square looking. Does that make sense? Now, if I had a black pad out here, I would do the rest, but I don't, so I will just show you. So look how easy, and there I just added a little black strip under there too. So that is the look of that card. And then we have one more. There's a lot of cards today. But can you tell the theme that none of these are kind of over the top with tons of layers? And I was realizing, I was just looking through my card swap boxes, and we don't get many of this kind of card because we tend to do, you know, more elaborate cards because we're sharing our ideas with each other. But these are actually, I love these kind of, it's kind of my go-to card. So let's see if I have a piece of paper here. It's a little used up, but okay, if I can find a tree stamp. You know, this is one I had done before, so by the time I put this on, there's my tree. And I'm taking Cajun Craze, and this I did in early espresso. And if you notice, I did not use my mat here. So you see how hard it is going back and forth? On these particular stamps, it didn't really matter because they're kind of blocky and they're not too big. But you will notice that just in general stamping. So when you pay attention to that. And then I am going to just kind of ground this. Now there's several ways I could do it. I could use a stamp, I could watercolor, I could put paper over this. This time I'm using washi tape. So I'm going to use 2 different washi tape, and I can just fold it over there, or I can cut it off. And then another one. We'll see how this works upside down. And if it doesn't, it's okay, because I have a finished one of this. So, but do you see how that just grounds the tree? So just another way to make just a really simple but very nice card, and this would be another great masculine card and for any autumn occasion. And I think I made it through. I can't believe it. So my other 2 reminders are just to remind you that this month is the month that if you place a $40 order in my online store, you get the card kit. These are not clean and simple cards, but they're beautiful cards. So, you know, all kinds of cards are wonderful. These have a little more detail to them, but they're This one still really could be, because that really is, you know, so it is kind of, you know, what the eye sees, I guess. So, but these are 2 of the 5 cards you get in the free card kit to go. So email me if you have questions, and I will put up a connection to the breast cancer fundraiser. The cards we will be making will be either clean and simple, or, you know, they're not going to be anything with tons of work, because we would love to include people who are not crafters. So we'd appreciate you spreading the word. And long distance, you have a choice of just getting the layout, the cut pieces, or the completed cards. So depending on what you want for that, and I will have a link to that. And I just was going to end with a story. Back in the late 60s, I was a braless college, a university student, and that's when I re-met Tim. I was a hippie. My kids look at pictures from those days and said, "You were really supposed to believe you weren't on drugs," you know, but I wasn't. But I was a braless hippie. And now, in my personal 60s, I'm back to being braless, although it's for a very different reason. So the motto of this is, what goes around might just come around again. So here we are. Thank you so much for watching. Any other comments or questions before we call it a day?
You make such beautiful cards, great talent. Can't wait for the event. And if you come over to our house, I'll cook for you.
And I have no idea what we're doing next week, but it will be something fun. So we'll see you again next Thursday. And I think I'll be much more relaxed then, because I'll just have it all figured out. So again, have a wonderful day. And Tim and I both really appreciate all of you.
Yes, we do.
See you next week.